Hi, Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. In today's Moment with Mickey, I want to share with you two stories of two different businesses. In the first one, there was a mother who was helping her daughter with a school project. And the school project was she had to come up with something that she made that she could sell. Well, they came up with an idea for a home accessories decor item. And they made up a small batch and were able to sell it immediately to family and friends. The daughter got good marks at school and the mom came up with a business idea. So they made another round of the product. And again, it sold out immediately, reaching farther than just family and friends, but to acquaintances, and word of mouth had gathered that the product was fantastic and they sold out again. So the mom did the right thing and she came up with a business plan. She did her research, figured out the manufacturing and the distribution and the packaging and the marketing, and her next step was just to get some orders. So about a year later, she had just quit because she just couldn't get past all the no's that she was getting from retailers and chains and different outlets. She just kept hearing no, and so she gave up. It was a great product, pricing was good, she was going to be profitable if she could have just gotten some orders, but she quit. Another story I'd like to share with you is about a gentleman who had been a tailor all his life, and his dream was to open his own high-end clothing store for men and women and offer in-house custom tailoring and alterations. Well, he did it. He opened his own store, but shortly after he opened, the building had a fire that he was in, and his shop wasn't destroyed, but he couldn't be in that building anymore, so he had to relocate. Well, he searched, and luckily he found another location right down the street. So he moved in there and was opening, and then the coronavirus happened, so he had to shut down. But he was very creative, and he figured out how he could survive the month and a half that he was going to be closed before he could open his doors again. And next week, he's going to open up again. So what's the difference between those two stories? Well, the big difference is in internal belief. Belief in your goal, belief in yourself and being able to reach your goal, and persistence and determination. You know, so many people have just quit. They just give up when an obstacle or a circumstance that is just less than ideal happens to them. They throw up their hands, they quit, and they go back to what's comfortable or what they're familiar with or what they feel is easier. But those that push through and look at the adverse circumstances as stepping stones, learning opportunities, to figure out how can they make this work, those are the ones that succeed. Let's take a look at some people who had some pretty unideal things happen to them and they were rejected early on in their careers, and what happened with them. Walt Disney was fired from his job at the Kansas City Star because the editor said he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, she was turned down by 12 publishers before she finally got someone to sign her on. In 2006, Lady Gaga finally got signed by her first major record label. She was dropped only 3 months later, but she kept working, and 2 years later, she had 2 singles reach #1 in the US, and one of those, Poker Face, was the world's best-selling single of the year. When Jeff Bezos was 30 years old back in 1994, he was living in a 500 square foot apartment. 5 years later, his net worth was $10 billion. They kept going. They were determined to succeed, and they persevered through a lot of rejection, a lot of disappointments. But look how famous they are now. Audrey Hepburn said, "Nothing is impossible The word itself says, I'm possible. So what's your dream? What's your goal? The key is, don't change your goal. Change the plan. Change your execution. Figure out a way to make it happen. Visit retaillevelup.com and stay safe, stay strong, because now more than ever, it's time to level up.